Now it's time to have a little cool down. It's just as important to stretch your muscles after a workout as it is to warm them up. So again, please do this little, and literally will take no more than 5 minutes just to stretch through those muscles that you've worked so that you don't get too much soreness the next day, and hopefully then you can carry on, obviously prevents injury, and then hopefully you can carry on and do the workout for tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to stand on the side so you can see me. But first thing we're going to do is a calf stretch. So we're going to take one foot just in front of the other and just bending at the hips, or should I say just bringing the hips back, and then you should feel that stretch in your hamstrings and in your calves as well. Just hold that for 20 seconds, making sure your shoulders are back, your core's nice and tight. Just because we're stretching now doesn't mean we need to just keep our form. Okay, then take the toes up. You should now feel that work in your calves a little bit. Ooh, I certainly can. Good, 5 more seconds. And then we're going to change onto the other leg. Good, so come up. Take the other foot out, a little bend in the supporting knee. Take a nice, again, just pop your bottom out to behind you. If you're going to put any weight on, it has to be on the bent leg. I mean, I don't need any, you shouldn't need any, but if you just want to use it there, just for a little bit of balance, that's fine. Again, just make sure your shoulders are back. You should feel that nice stretch in the top of the back of your legs, your hamstrings. Hold that for another 5 seconds, and then we're going to take the toes up. Okay, so take the toes up now, and again you should start to feel that in your calf muscle more. You will feel it a little bit in your hamstring. Should I say top of the leg, at the back? Sorry. Okay, now you can either take yourself to a wall or a door frame, or if your balance is good, we're now going to stretch out the front of the tops of the legs, which are called your quads. We're going to take one foot, just put the knees, place it next to the knee on the supporting leg, and just tilt the hips bones forward, or tuck your tailbone under, and then you should feel that nice stretch in the tops of your legs at the front. If you're losing your balance and you haven't got a wall, try touching your ear. We'll take your arm out. Okay, change onto the other side. Oh, I'm doing my ear. I'm just going to try and stretch out my ear. Good, again. Always keep that core nice and tight. Obviously that helps with your balance. Take nice deep breaths in and out while you're doing these stretches. Okay, now to come and lay on the floor. Just take you down. And now I just want you to bend one leg, pop your foot on the floor, take the other leg that's now in the air across, and then I want you to grab through with your hands the leg that's bent and on the floor, with your feet touching the floor, and just take it through and push it towards you. You should then feel that squeeze in your buttocks, in your bottom cheeks. Just hold that for a little bit longer. If you want a stronger stretch, you can take your hand out, or your elbow, and just push away the knee away from you. Straighten up the opposite leg, take that across the leg that's bent with the foot on the floor, push it in towards you, and again you can use your elbow or your hand to push your knee away from you. just to give you that little bit further stretch. But here's fine if that's good enough for you. Just realise my shoulders are up. Make sure your shoulders are nice and relaxed into the floor. This is you time now. Time to stretch through those muscles, time to have a little relaxation as well. Okay, so take the knees back down, take the feet back down to the floor, the knees will stay together. We're going to take the arms out to shoulder height, and we are going to pop the knees onto the floor, keeping them together, and we're going to look the opposite way. You should feel a nice stretch down the side of your back. If you want to further stretch, you can then take your leg out and tap it on the floor. But if this here is good enough for you, then just keep it there. Then slowly bring both knees back into the centre. Deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and take the knees to the opposite side and look the other way. And again, if you want that further stretch, you can just take that top leg out. Just make sure if you're going to do that, that the shoulder on the opposite side stays on the floor. Back into the centre, slowly come up. Now I want you to pop onto your knees. If this is sore on your knees, grab yourself a towel just to support them. And then what we're going to do is take one leg in front of us, and then we are going to pull forward. I think we did these in the warm-up, so we did them as a dynamic warm-up while we were doing the hip flexor rocks, but this time we're going to keep it dead still and just stretch it through. A static stretch. You should feel this in the hip flexors. What's a hip flexor? Hip flexor. Again, just maintaining, making sure your core area and your torso is facing forward. You can rest your hands on the supporting knee, but no leaning forward. Our back is straight. Just imagine a wall behind us. We're trying to keep our back attached to that wall. Oh, that's such a nice stretch. Okay, bring that foot back. Going to take the opposite leg out. Come forward, maintaining a nice straight upper body. Breathe through that. 5 deep breaths in. One more. Good. And take it back. Let's do a child's pose. This one's really nice. We're now going to sit back on our feet. And we're going to come forward, pushing our arms out in front of us. And if you can, just pop your forehead onto the floor, onto the mat. This gives the top of the back muscles a lovely stretch. Again, just do some nice deep breaths in and out. Now, we're going to come up from the child's pose position, bring our body forward, make sure our hands are in line with our shoulders, and take ourselves into a cobra. You should feel a nice stretch going across the bottom of your back. Make sure your ears are away from your shoulders. Nice strong back. plant your toes, come into a downward dog. Feel that stretch again at the back of your legs, through your calves, through your hamstrings, top of your back, to your shoulders, tops of your arms. And then when you're ready, just walk your hands to your feet and just hang there. If you need to bend your knees on this, that's absolutely fine. Let that blood flow to the head for a few seconds. Okay, and then slowly come up, making sure your head is the last thing to come up. Good. Let's take your arms across your body, or one arm across your body. Stretch out your shoulders. Just hold that for another couple of seconds. Right, and release. Take the opposite arm across the body, grab the other hand. Just make sure when you're doing this, you're not pressing on the joints and nothing on the elbow. You can either do the stretch in front of the elbow or behind. No pressure on the joints. Okay, we've got one more stretch. I want you to take a deep breath in. Up, and then take it down to the heart and let that breath go. And then we say, Pura Vida. Well done, everyone.